How's it, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Simply Overlanding. Today we have a super cool adventure planned. We are planning to go and find Africa's oldest railway tunnel that was built in 1876. We're just outside of the Durans at a place called Impangele Game Reserve. I'm here with two really good friends, and today we're going to tackle a formidable 4x4 route that runs throughout the Hex River Mountains, and we are just going to soak up this beautiful scenery. We've also come with no tents. Our plan is to string hammocks together and to wild camp today out in this beautiful veld. We're not sure where we're going to camp. It's going to be an awesome adventure, and we cannot wait to share it with you guys. Welcome everybody to another episode of Simply Overlanding. So we've just aired down. We've both gone down to 1.2 bar. The route, I've been told, is a very technical, rocky, slow route. So it's going to be a lucky challenge for us. Guys that we've spoke to who I know can ride vehicles have told us that this is a proper grade 4. So let's check it out. A little bit nervous as I stand here now, to be honest. But we're going to take it nice and slow and rustig. And again, it's an absolute privilege to take you all along with us on this adventure. While we're setting up for the drone shot, we're actually standing on the railway or railroad at the moment, and it's crazy to think that this was in use practically 150 years ago, 1876, so technically 149, but 150 years ago basically this route was used, and it predominantly was used for the diamond trade to get to Kimberley. It's just surreal to stand on these tracks and just to be a part of history and just to think back 150 years ago. What was it like? And you know, probably this terrain probably hasn't changed a bit, but think about how modern society has changed in that 150 years. So behind me is something truly special, a hand-built tunnel. Not only is it hand-built in 1876, but this is Southern Africa's oldest tunnel. There is a second one that was built a couple of decades later, which I'll show you, which accommodated slightly larger locomotives and longer locomotives. But this is just a hell of an impressive engineering feat. Just something that I wasn't aware of. The track leading up to these tunnels, if you want to come out for the day just to check out these tunnels and explore these tunnels, you don't need a tricked out modified 4x4 rig. The road coming here was practically gravel all the way. I actually disengaged four-wheel drive and drove all the way up here in two-wheel drive. So a standard high-rise vehicle, I almost want to say, could reach these tunnels, and you can come out for the day. So we're still going to go and look for the difficult tracks and the 4x4 routes that's seen on other channels. But if you want to come and bring your family out here, you don't have to be scared of vehicle damage. You can bring your vehicle out and just enjoy the day. This is the other tunnel that I mentioned that was constructed a few decades after the first one. This one also hand-built in 1929 to accommodate the larger locomotives. Like I mentioned, you don't need a fully capable tricked out 4x4 rig to get here. You can bring your family here for the day and just enjoy the outing with them. You can also book accommodation at the mountain lodge, or in our case you can also ask the farmer if you can wild camp on the property at the abandoned railway tunnel station, which is our plan for this evening. Why does this always happen to me? I'm starting to think that it's a flippin' me problem and a user issue, but I keep crashing my drone doing a side shot and I flew into a bush like a chop. Yet again, another recovery mission. So let's go find the drone in the bush and hopefully it's not too badly damaged. What a chop. So frustrated with myself. Perfect landing in the bush. Trying to film that for you guys. What a chop. So we've just passed through the tunnel now, and just after the tunnel you reach this tunnel abandoned railway camp. It was once a campsite. This is where we're gonna wild camp tonight, and the altitude is just over 2,600 meters, which is equivalent to Table Mountain. Table Mountain just being over 2,500 meters. This is the campsite area, the old abandoned campsite. You can see it's quite dilapidated at the moment, but it has the makings of a beautiful campsite. If you just look at that vista, you can see over there in the background there's fireplaces, and then what I'm assuming looks like a swimming pool there. This looked like a kitchen area, and then over there looks like ablutions with basins still visible. So I think if this is resurrected, it would be a phenomenal campsite. Just check the views. Okay, so we just spoke to the gentleman who owns the property, and the actual hectic 4x4 route is right in the beginning. So what we're going to do now, it's 3 o'clock, it's touch and go, we're only 2 vehicles. We're going to push back from the camp and we're going to make haste to the 4x4 route, and we're going to go check it out. Worst case scenario, if it gets too late or too hectic, we're going to turn around and then come back to the camp. But we got a bit of daylight to burn, and like I mentioned, we are not going to set up any tents. We're going to sleep in hammocks, so we don't have a big campsite to set up, and worst case scenario, we sleep on the trail as well. That will be perfectly fine too. We've got all of the equipment with us, and we'll obviously take any trash that we have with us, we'll take out with us as well, so that's not a problem. So yeah, let's see what this next little adventure has in store for us. Alright, so we managed to get back to the start quite quickly. It took us, with filming and stopping and just enjoying the scenery, like 2 hours to get to the railway camp. Without filming and just driving normally, it took us 15 minutes. But there you can see, I'll just point to it now, just over there. I can't really see too lacquer with the GoPro, but that's the start of the trail where you go under the railway track and you turn left. And then apparently the 4x4 route is to the right, going through the riverbed, which is under me over here, and then on this trail. So we've managed to backtrack quite quickly, and we're going to tackle the 4x4 route now. We probably, well, the owner said that we will end in the dark, so looking forward to a bit of a night run. And then if we find a lacquer space in the riverbed, we probably going to camp on the actual trail and in the riverbed. So I'm looking forward to that. So guys, to be honest, right now we have no idea really, to be honest, where we are. If I look on the GPS, we're halfway to Robertson, and if we look at the board at the moment that we just passed said we're on the Hex River 4x4 route, which is the next level route, which is not our intention. So we actually don't know where we went wrong, to be very honest. I think yeah, just rather, if you're doing this route, rather just go to the tunnel, enjoy the tunnel, and go camp. So yeah, we're just gonna push on and see what happens, and then we're probably gonna find camp. We've got maybe an hour and a half of sunlight left, so filming is gonna be minimal. We're just gonna push on, see what happens, find camp, and probably retreat with our tail between our legs. So yeah, let's see what happens. Well, this is where we are currently, and I think this is definitely the Hex River 4x4 route. I'm not sure if we're going to attempt this. Only 2 vehicles, minimal daylight. So we've definitely gone off the track from the tunnel 4x4 route. I'm not sure where that tunnel 4x4 route is, but we have a few decisions to make here. I think the prudent one is to turn around and find camp. Alright, so update. We've done the responsible thing and we've turned around. That is definitely the Hex River 4x4 route, which is closed. and that is the route that Cape Off-Road Rally drove. And yeah, there's no ways we're going to tackle that right now. So yeah, we've turned around and we're going to go find a camp spot. So like I mentioned before, we did the responsible thing and we turned around. We were definitely on the Hex River route, the big boy route. So yeah, just us two vehicles getting late, and we turned around, and this beautiful spot behind me is going to be our campsite for tonight. So we're camping on the trail, and it's epic. I wouldn't have had it any other way. Try to find the route, we failed. We're going to explore a bit more tomorrow, but to me the definition of adventure kind of only starts when things go wrong or when your plans don't come together. And today our plans didn't come together, and it's led us to this beautiful place. So thank you for joining another episode of Simply Overlanding. Guys, for you that don't know, on the last trip when we went through to the Cedarburg, we were sitting on top of a beautiful rock arch and we opened a bottle to a person who we're thinking of, a guy by the name of Mark, who just happens to be all the way from Australia. Mark, what's it like to be back in SA, and how did you find today?
Always good spending time with mates. I love the Cedarburg and the Toitskloof. These mountains around here, probably one of my favorite places on the earth. So being able to spend it with my best mates and be back at home for the month, it's been an awesome experience.
Yeah, and how did you find today?
Really amazing. Love the scenery, love spending time with Mark and you. Just to have this, to camp here, to have anything here, it's next level. Absolutely amazing.
No, it is, and that sounded like another episode of Brokeback Mountain, but it's not. It's simply Overlanding. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, please consider giving us a like and subscribe. As I mentioned before in all my videos, we do things simply on this channel. We've got dodgy audio, dodgy cameras, dodgy people, but we try and present it how it is, and we hope that you've enjoyed the episode this far. Cheers.
Morning, boys. How do you guys sleep? Yeah, this is an awesome idea. Day 2 of a little trip. We've got our 3 hammocks there under the awning, and we've woken up to this. What was beautiful views last night has turned into a whiteout. It's pretty cool. So after looking at Google Maps last night, we reckon that potentially we're still trying to find the route. The route is headed that way. Let me show you quickly. There's a road leading down there which we're going to go try, and then on the maps it looks like you connect to the riverbed. We've cleaned up campsites, we've cleaned up where we've made our fire, which is very important. So if you are going to wild camp on property, always take your litter out with you, and if you're making a fire in the veld, actually pick up your ashes and your coals to not, 1, start a veld fire, and 2, not to pollute the area. So yeah, let's see what happens today. It is raining, so if we do find the track, it's going to be interesting, but looking forward to it.
Can you believe it? We finally found the route. What absolute luck, camping at the exact location and at the exact turnoff to find the actual 4x4 route. The road descends slowly into the valley below where it meets the riverbed, and boy were we excited to tackle this 4x4 route in the wet.
There, keep your tire there. What's to the left? Left. Now straight. Yep. Left. Left hand down. Left hand down. Left hand down.
This is the obstacle which Tito refers to as the Waterfall obstacle, and you can see why based on the steps that have been carved out in this riverbed. And today, because of the rain, you could actually see a little stream forming, or rather a little mini waterfall. We wanted to take this opportunity to give a shout out both to Dita Pay as well as Cemetery 4-wheel drive for both making awesome videos on this 4x4 route and this location. If it wasn't for you guys, we would have never got to experience this 4x4 route or location, and we just wanted to say thank you very much for your effort in creating content. We have linked both of their channels in our description below.
Yeah. Straight. No. Straight. Fine. Keep coming. Turn. Right hand down. Sharp. Back. There we go. Towards me. No, stop. Yeah, straight. You clear.
turn too soon. Go wide. You might slide a little bit, but you'll be fine. Perfect.
Beautiful.
Straighten out a little bit, straight. Yep. Turn right hand down. Straight. Jose. Turn right, brother.
So guys, we finally found the 4x4 route, and it was really lucky to tackle that in the rain and just to share it with mates. It circles back to the dam where we are letting the awning dry and just enjoying a last beer before we hit the road. We hope that you enjoyed another episode of Simply Overlanding. If you did, consider a like, consider subscribe, and let us know what you thought of the route and how we presented the content. Thank you very much, and join us next time on Simply Overlanding, where we overland simply. Cheers, boys.